guys! We're here again for another daily energy reading. Today we're going to use the Astro Codes deck, which is a very, very beautiful deck. Let's see. Astro Codes. Star Codes Astro Oracle. Astro Codes. Whatever. See what this has to say. I'm sure you can hear the bone chewing. Sorry about that. See, isn't that so beautiful? I don't even know if I've ever seen that one. Neptune. It like so caught my eye. I think we're gonna read that. And then I want just one other card. Hopefully, just one other card. So I will grab it from the top because these are a little longer. They're good, but they're a little longer. So interesting. Okay, so we have the Neptune, which I just pulled because it caught my eye. We have Saturn. And we have third house, communication, the birds. Our work is lovely. The color seems a little better today, I think. This deck is pretty cool because it has signs, planets, houses, some transits. That might be it. There might be more. Alright, let's go with this Neptune first, actually. 26. Neptune, vision. Should drink water before this. Like a cool blue pearl floating in an inky sky, this planet symbolizes how we float in the ocean of the collective conscious. Neptune, the modern ruler of Pisces, takes about 165 years to tour the zodiac. On a particular level, it signals water, liquids, oils, and art supplies. On a challenging day, it shows how we avoid gritty reality, whether we escape through our imagination, addictions, or martyrdom. On a lovely day, Neptune speaks of spirituality, imagination, and psychic perception. Action. Pray, meditate, intuit, use your divination, rest and dream. Activate the right side of your brain and step out of the sequential logic into a sense of the infinite. Engage ceremony and ritual. Find a dream or vision and bring it back here to manifest. Aw, I like that. Because Neptune invokes both intuition and imagination, and it can blur the boundaries between the two. It's all too easy to believe that what you want or what you are afraid of is in fact reality, which can make it easy for others to manipulate you by playing into your hopes and fears. Take each step with care. Working with Neptune is like walking in the fog. You can see your present moment clearly. It's just the future and the past that gets lost in the hopes and fears. If the world feels too harsh, or if you're feeling easily overwhelmed, tend to your sensitive antenna. Pray rather than worry. Neptune speaks of our psychic permeability, encouraging us to soak up our surroundings. You use that to your advantage and choose your surroundings carefully. Meditate with a group, tune into the trees, the earth beneath, the sky above, or sacred sites. Immerse yourself in whatever feeds you. Challenge. Neptune, overwhelmed, can turn acceptance into passivity. Imagination into illusion, sensitivity and hunger for spirit into addiction. Watch for water damage. Pisces energy. Sorry. Give to allow yourself to float, to swim in that great ocean of collective consciousness. Soak up the presence of divine soul. There is no separation between you and all sentient beings, between you and the realms of gods and spirits. Neptune. Alright, now Daddy Saturn. Structure. Oh, you know, I didn't even say Neptune. Vision. Saturn. Structure. Okay, Daddy. Saturn rules that which we must build over time. Bones, teeth, personal authority, maturity, borders, discipline, traditions, and organization. Saturn, like Jupiter, is a huge gas giant. With its rings of ice and rock, it represents the boundary of the visible solar system as the last planet humans can see with the naked eye from Earth's surface. Saturn, traditional ruler of Capricorn and Aquarius, takes 29.5 years to round the zodiac and forms challenging aspects to itself approximately every 7 years. Saturn return. Sorry. Hence the 7-year itch in marriage, and the 21 is the traditional age of official adulthood. Action. Saturn asks you to step into your next level of maturity and personal authority. Think of Saturn as a martial arts master who pushes you to grow through workouts, discipline, and tests that allow you to prove what you know, both to yourself and to others. Look for a mentor to choose or mentor another. Honor the teacher, but don't give your power away. Listen to the experts. Sorry, that's so loud. Oh, girl. Listen to the experts. Mix their wisdom with your experience and make your own wise decisions. If you feel like someone is abusing their authority or undermining yours, set firm boundaries and hold them accountable. Study, cope, grow up. Ooh. Look pragmatically to the skeleton and teeth, either of your own body or in the metaphorical structure of your project. Can this endeavor stand up and take a bite out of life? Make sure the foundations are strong, the organizational structures are in place, and build out from there. As you gain strength in mind, muscle, and bone, you can become stiff, so remember to stretch body and soul. Wow. Challenge. Be careful not to cling to old conceptions of success. It's funny from yesterday's longer reading. Or hold on to a brittle system that restricts potential and leaves people discouraged. The ancestors call you to wisdom and maturity, to know your gifts and limitations. This process may be an initiation, a test that empowers you. It's interesting. There's like, with that fog being in one place, only being able to see what's there, what's like right there. I feel like that's somewhat apt to pausing and with the knowledge you have now and what you're experiencing right now, to see what's really there now. The structures, like initially Neptune can be dreamy, right, where you can look at things aspirationally. But it's funny that Neptune is also what, the challenge or the action would be to pause, because the future and the past are murky and you want to stop and see what's really there. That's interesting though, to get that from Neptune. Like Daddy Saturn saying, like, hold on, Neptune. You're having a good time, and that's great. but your ideas are good. So let's make sure, Jackie will appreciate this, make sure your armature is secure. That was one of the biggest struggles in the studio. Creating armatures that will actually support the load of what you're building. Thank you, Daddy. Third house communication. Do we want to read that? I think we will, because it'll probably give another layer. Let's see, communication. If your chart were a village map, the third house would represent your local neighborhood, primary school, and corner pub. It symbolizes how you learn, communicate, and move around your familiar world based on your sibling-like relationships and the people in your local environment. That's funny. I love that. Check the lines of communication in your thinking process. First, repair any actual technical glitches, loose wires, computer or phone problems. Then take this metaphor a step further and look at how your messages are sent and received. Make sure you understand what was intended in a letter or an email you received. Ask other people what they heard you say in an exchange. When in doubt, ask for more information and repair any miscommunication. Then take this metaphor in-house and look within. Notice the quality of your thinking. Repair glitches. Stretch your mental muscles. That's funny. Again, with the stretching body and soul. And improve the quality of your communications. You may need to learn new ways to express yourself so others hear your true intentions. Think about how you learned to communicate growing up through your relationships with siblings or sibling-like friends, your early school experiences. Investigate how those early relationships formed mental habits that affect the present moment. You may need to get out of your head and get a fresher perspective. Observe and test your assumptions. Check your confirmation bias. Guilty. The tendency to believe anything that supports your opinions and reject information that challenges your worldview. Read a spiritual text or ponder a metaphysical concept and let it stretch your mind. Check in with your siblings and sibling-like friends. Look for any shadow rivalry or see if you can switch it to mutual encouragement or all win. It's up to you to reframe this dynamic. Challenge. Chatter is not the same as communication. Sibling or sibling-like rivalry can challenge you to grow in small doses, but don't let it distract you from your self-direction. Stay on target. We are all siblings in the eye of spirit. Let that sink in. That's funny. Trying to think of how that even it makes sense, certainly with the studio stuff. I think it's certainly come up with me recently about needing to be conscious of how I say things to others, because I really don't want to put ideas in anybody's head based on my limited view of a situation. But on the flip side of that, believing people when they tell me their perception of things and also seeing my perspective, like taking both into account in a way that is healthy. It's somewhat disjointed. it'll make more sense when we get to it. Or maybe it makes more sense to somebody else. Like, maybe this isn't necessarily for the movie. It's not always for me. You can let me know. See you again.